The good news is, we're going to see some amazing medical breakthroughs. Therapies which today are considered impossible could become commonplace in the future. But there's also bad news. The flip side is, if you think that the healthcare system today has too much control over your life, then just wait for the next 50 years.
Hi, Princess.
It's Daddy's birthday today. It's Daddy's birthday today. It's Daddy's birthday. It's Daddy's birthday. It's Daddy's birthday today.
But the computer said you weren't going to be here until this afternoon. But this'll have to wait. I gotta get to the clinic.
Now?
Sorry, Princess, but you can thank Dr. Balzac for that. She takes my dream job. Now she's my boss, and today I get to smile and pretend I like it.
I'll fix her something quick. So you're sure she wasn't just better than you?
Better than me? Is there life on Mars?
Caution, alcohol level.
Let's keep this between us.
Mucous membrane of the mouth. Send health memo immediately.
Bonjour, Monsieur Dega. Here are a few more tips for your dental care. Brush your teeth regularly using the ultrasound toothbrush.
Which will give away the fact that Alain was partying last night and his premiums will go up as a result.
Thanks for your attention.
You must be joking.
Can I go with you?
No, it's not your speed. Just a bunch of boring grown-ups. Now don't pout. I won't be long. Now please, give me my jacket. You know I need it. Thank you. Get the car, please.
Alan's clothing looks quite ordinary, but that's deceptive because woven inside the fabric are dozens of tiny computer chips and sensors monitoring his health. When he puts on his clothing, he goes online. Now get this. If he's ever knocked unconscious, his clothes will automatically identify his coordinates, alert the authorities, and upload his entire medical history before the ambulance arrives. In the future, you will have a doctor in your clothing.
One of the most important things when we were designing the smart shirt was the ultimate integration between sensing, communication, and clothing. You can start. Let's say I'm an athlete who's training for my Olympics or any particular sport, then I can monitor my heart rate, for instance, using this shirt. And so the information will go from there to this. There'll be a controller here, and from here the information will be transmitted to the point where you want to collect the data. 50 years from now, everybody, from little babies to senior citizens, will be wearing this kind of clothing that can enhance the quality of life for them. And in fact, if a person is involved in an accident, that can actually save their life.
Clearance for ambulance. Initiate cause analysis. Alert hospital. Back. Down.
As a kid, I used to watch Flash Gordon on TV and dream about having my own personal flying car. But you know, there are problems with that dream. Even for helicopters, they're bulky, expensive, and tricky to fly. And flying cars have always been problematic. But engineers are now solving those practical problems. And NASA scientists envision the day when we will look up and see a superhighway in the sky.
A good flying car is a vehicle that does a number of things. Takes off vertically like a helicopter, flies at high speed like an airplane, and drives for some distance on the road like an automobile. Vertically is very demanding. You have to have very powerful lightweight engines. You have to have materials that are particularly strong. All of these technologies are coming along at this time. Versus the air curls over the tip. So what this does is it becomes a dam. It's called an aerodynamic dam. We'll pick up another certain amount of thrust from that. But the engines will give you about 60% more thrust just because of the higher. A lot of people get concerned because they got this vision of all kinds of vehicles up in the air, but actually if you took all the cars on the road in America today and put them in the air, they'd still be miles apart. But you'll see a computerized world where you're not flying it, you're just sitting, you're playing computer games, you're reading, you're sleeping, doing whatever as you're delivered from point A to point B.
Highway in the sky system gives you a lot of confidence that you really are where you're supposed to be, and it just makes you feel more comfortable, and then you fly better.
Let's go ahead and give Andrew Murphy 3,000 feet.
Hey guy, copy?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jason.
Andrew Murphy 3,000 feet.
All right. It's fairly easy to keep the plane flying relatively straight and level, but as you get closer to the ground, that's where the accidents happen. Imagine a future where this advanced navigation system could be linked with the autopilot to make the aircraft autonomous enough to fly from where it knows it is to where it knows I want to go. And you can imagine a day when an aircraft like that is used for search and rescue to help your friend Alain.
Patient data registered, Alain Dega. Platinum class confirmed. Loss of blood, 35%. I suggest reversible death.
Okay.
Quick!
Lift his head.
After a serious accident or heart attack, every second brings us closer to death. So wouldn't it be great if somehow we could stop the clock? In the future, EMTs will use a technique called reversible death or suspended animation. They will replace your blood with an ice-cold saline solution, dropping body temperature to 50 degrees Fahrenheit when brain and heart activity come to a halt. This technique is now being tested in the laboratory and one day could save your life.
Sorry for calling you away from your party.
Never hesitate. This is more important than cocktails. Start scan. Diagnosis?
Suspended animation, no brain activity, abnormal cardiac function, heavy compound fractures. Contusion of the spine, paraplegia likely.
Not looking good. Okay, let's get started. Insert the sensors. Last time I saw an artificial heart was in 2040. This one's even made of real polymers.
Looks like it took a hit.
There's tearing near the energy cell. Clear case for a new heart. How's he insured?
Platinum.
Good for him. It's to go.
Oh my gosh. Your biggest rival. Only yesterday he was ripping you apart.
Whatever. He was banking on getting the job. Well, he's my patient now. I'll need a tissue sample for the new heart before you bring him round.
Okay.
You have a daughter?
This may come as a shock to you, but there are people who have a life outside the clinic.
Listen, Dega.
Please, Dr. Belzak, just tell me how it looks.
Your left thigh's been fractured and your hip is dislocated. 2 ribs and a second lumbar vertebra are also fractured, but you have a bigger problem.
Let me see. I'm a doctor, please.
Your artificial heart has fissures.
You're gonna open me up.
You need a new heart. The print's already in progress. It'll only take another 20 hours.
You're not carving me up. Not you.
As you wish. Doctor.
Iris scan identified. Marie Balzac. Status, cleared for security zone. Have a nice evening.
If your car gets banged up in a car accident, what do? You go to the body shop and get a new door or fender. But if you happen to be in that same accident, you could die. Now consider this. In Europe alone, there are 40,000 patients on the waiting list for an organ transplant. And of them, 10 people die every day for lack of an organ. What we need is a human body shop. And in 50 years, tissue engineering could change everything.
Tief ausatmen. Dann die Luft anhalten.
Tischengineering ist ja noch eine relativ junge Disziplin und sehr spannend. Es ist so der Weg letztendlich vom Engineering, wirklich von den mechanischen Ersatzteilen hin, die Sachen immer weiter zu biologisieren, wie man so schön sagt. Einfach Fremdmaterial schrittweise ersetzen durch wirklich körpereigenes Material. Zellen sind von Natur aus faul. Entsprechend ist es wichtig, nicht nur diese Klappen zu züchten, zu gießen, sondern sie wirklich dann auch zu trainieren, das, was wir im Bioreaktorsystem machen, ähnlich an einem Fitnessstudio, sodass die Zellen das tun, was sie tun sollen.
We didn't change much, first of all. This is a conventional inkjet printer, and so what we do is we change the cartridge quite a lot. We take the ink out, we'll modify it so it can accommodate our cells. We rinse it and so on, and sterilize it as well. This is one thing. The other thing is where the paper feeds. Usually we use a special bio paper, kind of a gel, and so we had to modify it a little bit over there so it can accommodate for that paper. That we printed previously. The green light is just the fluorescence of the cells, and that shows basically that we did two things. One is the cells were printed where we wanted them to be printed, and second is the cells divided so they survived the printing process. What we see here are a couple of layers of heart cells that we printed using our printers. And what we want to do eventually is to print an entire heart. We may achieve this in 50 years or so, but there are a number of things to overcome. The ability to print capillaries, for example. But if we overcome those obstacles, and I think we will, then this could quite be possible.
Patient, come on. Dr. Dega. What's got here? Grow up.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to apologize for earlier. I guess I'm just a sore loser.
You are the biggest little boy I have ever met.
Diagnosis confirmed, doctor.
I have to go. The night shift's always understaffed.
When are you working tomorrow?
Night. Tomorrow afternoon I'll be busy partying. Egg and spoon races, pin the tail on the donkey. It's my son's 8th birthday. There is life beyond the clinic, you know.
Hey, then he's a Scorpio. Just like me.
Next. Stop. Please include in the record patient Dega Alain, inconsistent test results. Urine sample from 7:34 a.m. does not match urine sample taken at 12:20 in our hospital. Probability of manipulation, 80%. Request detailed check, groceries, trash, and contents of refrigerator. Suspicion of alcohol. Run.
What a way to celebrate your birthday, Dr. Dega.
Alain, I think we should be on a first-name basis.
Okay. Marie.
Anyway, how is my heart coming?
Okay, come on, I'll show you.
Wait a minute. This is really good.
Well, I have to admit, I did make it with real butter and real flour.
No.
We are sitting on a time bomb, one that could explode in our faces in the coming decades. Quite simply, people, especially in the Western world, are getting too obese and are eating their way to an early grave. In the United States alone, 10% of its annual health budget goes to treating obesity and its effects. Unless this problem can be solved, this could break the bank and sink the economy. However, in the future, bioengineered foods and advanced genetics, they may come to the rescue.